So we're going to start with the Ditsia Chardonnay Pearls. They're real nice, compact. They are they're weeping over the pots a little bit. They're starting to show a little bit of the flower there. If you're looking for something that's nice, bright green, little white flowers that form, we have an entire house full if you scroll down just a little bit. These are super consistent, can almost be row run. These are fantastically rooted, ready to go, and they can go in the ground at any point now and they will take off. So these are perfect. I think I had 900 something that was available. 938 of these available, and I just put them on. So these are, I'm showing you some things that I just put on, or we're switching props. So these are ready to go. And the next picture, please, is the Deer Villa Ruby Wren. We have a massive crop of these, and they have fantastic color. They have a dark green foliage on the bottom, and as they grow new foliage, they get a bright red tinge to them, almost an orange color. They get little tiny yellow flowers. We have a crop back there they're in a cycle right now. So we have an older crop, so they're like full flower. This is sort of the intermediate, and then we have a crop that's trimmed. So similarly to the trim cycle that we're doing on roses and hydrangeas, we're doing that everywhere on the farm. So this is our best looking crop at this point. And they are a native plant pollinator. So June is pollinator month. So we're still pushing these guys to get out to the stores, and they do get flowers on them pretty quickly. So I know that the big push with the native plants is that they have flowers. It's difficult to get those plants to you when they have flowers, because by that time we're probably going to trim them because they're too tall. And Endless Summer, I sent you guys an email, so this is just a reminder so that we can talk about it in person. This is what the next crop looks like. I meant to go out yesterday and get an updated picture. I can send that to you after the meeting of how much they've changed over the course of 2 days since I sent this. Still a ton of Endless Summer. We're still working through that trim cycle. There is a full house of this type of crop available. So lots of buds on these, not in full bloom yet. But like I said previously, as soon as these guys are in full bloom, they're getting quality to the dock because they're too floppy. So this is prime for how we want to send these out right now. And that trimmed crop is coming up very nicely. They have some new foliage coming through and some new buds forming as well. So now that we're in sort of a cycle, we can keep these guys moving. And next picture, please. I'm trying to throw a hydrangea at you every week that maybe isn't selling as quickly or isn't as well known as the Endless Summer series. So these are the Cherry Explosions that are in 3-gallon plants that work pots, and they are bud and bloom, nice foliage. They're still real tight, not gonna flop over on you yet, but they are showing color, and they are absolutely stunning, bright red, almost a similar color to Endless Summer. So if you're looking for an Endless Summer alternative, this is a Summer Crush, yeah, Summer Crusher alternative. This is a great one for if you don't want the Summer Crush series. So if they're looking for something that's a little bit different, maybe not as well known, this is perfect to go right now. And we have 894 available, big numbers and everything. And the Sambucus canadensis Adams, these I wanted to show you because we do still have a few that are out there. They do look really nice. They're getting some flowers on them. And if you like the Sambucus plants, I know we have a wide variety of them. I feel like this one's not talked about quite as much because we like the ones with the darker foliage, but this one is a native plant pollinator also. So we have the flowers coming through on this. Another great addition to the American Beauty stands at garden centers. And they do have flowers, so make sure that you let your customers know if we have flowers on them, they need to go on their stands. I've seen a few at different garden centers, the native plant stands, and they look really good even without flowers on them. They're all decked out and full, and some of the garden centers have sold through them really nicely. And next picture, please, is the Lespedeza Gibraltar. These are large and in charge, and they really need to go. They are huge plants. They absolutely look fantastic right now. I'm trying to make my way through the shrubs and learn them the way that David knows them, because I usually do the perennials. So if I drive by something and it catches my eye, that's a sign that it's something that looks interesting to me, and it is probably going to look interesting to some of your customers if they don't have these or if they've never seen them. So they're similar to Buddleia with the top growth. They do get this nice magenta foliage on them, a little weepy there once the flowers do come in. So we don't have any flowers on these yet, but they are quite large, and I imagine they'll be pushing those shortly. And last picture, please. Just a few of the leucanthemums. I did see that we have full houses of the snow lady, full houses of the marshmallow. They are in full bloom. I have some of both of them in my garden, and I think I have 50 buds on each maybe. So once these go in the ground, they really take over and push incredible growth. So if you're looking for something that's going to be a fast bloomer in people's gardens, yes, they are white, so it's not necessarily color, but they're showstoppers, especially the marshmallow. Some of those blooms get as large as my hand. Not that my hands are that big, but they're very large flowers.
So we still have the banana cream too, like the banana cream
Still
too. We
banana
still have some
cream.
out there, and so they all look good. But
These are good alternatives to just the regular daisy maze. I know that one sold through really fast, which is fantastic. But we got to push these marshmallows because just tell them it's my favorite flower right now.
And Becky was trimmed part of it.
So first up, I wanted to show you guys the hydrangea C1000s. They're about the equivalent of a 2¼ gallon pot. So they are a little bit smaller than the 3 gallons. They did go through into the split trim. That's what the picture is up top. So they are still sending out the ones that are in bloom, but they are fully budded out, getting ready to bloom right now. Once these start to flop and the other ones push out, we'll switch over and do the trimmed ones, which are obviously about half the size. So keep that in mind as we're selling through these. There's still 600 plus available. Next up is the Platanus Bloodgood. I know we've talked about these in the past. These are a 15 gallon. They are a very fast grower, so if you're looking for something that you can kind of get by with a smaller plant, but will also get large really quickly, this is definitely the way to go. These were trimmed probably 2-3 weeks ago and flushing out very nicely, very full still, and 136 of these are available. And then the last one is the Tilia Greenspire. This was in the picture request, but I wanted to kind of talk about it because we do have a bunch of these available still. Same thing as a Platanus, 15 gallon trimmed, but still flushed out. So these are a little bit smaller than like a maple or an oak would get for an overall tree height, but very good for a shade tree if you don't have the room that can handle a larger size tree.